The only one that holds me, only one that knows me. You'll never find a love like this. Oh, Venus retrograde coming out of Scorpio, going into Sagittarius for a few more weeks. What are we going to do, y'all? What are we going to do? Listen, Venus has been retrograding since, I don't know, I think October sometime. And it's going to continue until the 16th. So if your love life, your relationships, your situationships, if they've been turned the hell up, it's because she has been going backwards. Usually Venus is responsible for bringing us love and beauty and artistic endeavors and finding that soulmate, twin flame passion that everyone loves to be in, right? But it's also when it's time to retrograde, that means everything kind of slows down. We know retrogrades don't really occur. It's an illusion, but let's just go with the energy because the energy is real, y'all. Now, whether the energy is real because, the planets do move backwards, which they really don't, or it's because the collective has given it that backwards energy, hey, it doesn't matter. It's backwards. So, of course, usually during retrogrades, you don't start anything new. So you know that coworker, y'all? Don't do it. Don't do it. Some of y'all acting like Cousin Faith out here. Don't do it. Don't sleep with your brothers, sisters, husband. Just don't do it, y'all. Take time out. It's really a time for reflection as usual. So if you're single, stay single. If you're in a relationship, be very careful because guess what? Mercury retrograde is coming up soon. That means we have to worry and watch what we say to people that we love because, their little feelings going to be hurt. Anyway, also be careful about surgeries that you have at this time, especially the ones that relate to beauty or beautification of the bodies, Maybe you should put off that Brazilian butt lift. Oh, but guess what? We just came out of that moon in Scorpio. So the energy on the planet has been so heavy and oppressive. Now, y'all know my love-hate relationship I have with Scorpios. It's because they are very oppressive at times. They square me. I'm an Aquarius. They square me. So I always found the most opposition. Now that I know all of this stuff, I see why I used to have certain issues with certain people in my families, relationships, friendships, because I've never been with a Scorpio man. But my friendships and, situations with different family members, it's because Scorpios can be very toxic. They can be very intense. They're passionate, of course. And sometimes they come off a little bit much. And so if you've been feeling that energy on the planet, dealing with your significant other, this is why. All of this tumultuous energy is on the face of the planet right now. And that's all I can say. The moon is entering Sagittarius, which, is a fiery sign, and Sagittarius are like very freedom loving. They love to travel. So be prepared for people to leave you. There's going to be some breakups. You may make up to break up again. And really, this is a time about how you handle conflict, how you're able to communicate your needs effectively and still be respectful to the person that you are in a relationship with. Do not be surprised at this time, of course, if certain things come to light about your mate. And I always say this is the time where you may find out that there's a baby involved, there's a third party involved, or some people are just going to come out the closet already. And we say, God bless them, because you shouldn't have to live, repressing your sexuality, right? All right, so let's get into the cards. The first card I pulled is Lady de los Muertos. Lady Death represents the concept that there is beauty in dying. And we're in the fall season. So, of course, as much as we love summer, most of us, When the leaves start to change and they begin to fall, it's such a beautiful sight. But we do understand that the trees are dying. They're losing something of themselves. And Scorpio's transformation is just about that concept, that death is inevitable. It's going to come no matter how much money you have, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter how much you thought you loved that person. There is always an ending in a relationship. Even if you survive together, the relationship has to morph and change. You know, Scorpio is the sign of change. It changes 3 times in its lifetime. Okay, so Scorpio to me is very much a Lady Death card. And it's acknowledging that death is a natural process, that it happens in everyone's life. And we don't like to talk about, you know, things that are dying. We don't like to face the fact. But you have to take stock of a situation. And guess what? A lot of times when relationships change and things die off, something better really does come. And I know it sounds at this time as if this is impossible. You'll never love again. This is the love of your life. You have to let go. Even when someone dies naturally, you can't hold on to them. The only thing you can do is cherish the memories and the time that you had with them. So this card is very much about letting go. During the retrograde, you're going to be forced to let things go. People are simply just not going to put up with your BS anymore. They may walk out of your life for something better. They may simply choose themselves. Whatever it is, you're going to have to learn the fine art of letting go and accepting the transformative power of death. And the next card I pulled, it says Truths Unveiled. And this is the story about Isis. You know, there are plenty of times when people's layers become unraveled, right? They become unwrapped. We start to see them for who they really are. We start to see their true motives in our lives. Some of us have been involved with people that we thought loved us, and we found out they were just using us or just had us, you know, as a replacement. Maybe we were a backup for who they really wanted to be with. Maybe you're that person. Maybe you're the toxic energy. But either way, this is a time where you're going to start to see deception unravel. And this kind of relates to the last card because that moon in Scorpio and all of this backwards energy with the Venus retrograde is all about detective work. And no one's a better detective than a Scorpio. Let me tell you, their intuition is on 100. And Isis is the reminder. She's the goddess mother. She's the reminder to pay attention. Okay? Pay attention to the signs around you. And if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling doubtful about someone in your life, pay attention. What are you sensing? Trust your inner feelings. Your inner feelings, eventually you're going to see an outward display of what you've been feeling in these relationships. And yes, it's going to hurt. You're going to feel suffering, but it's all right. Go through that process. Go through the transformation of death to come out on the other end. Now, for some of you, this is also going to be you having to become more of a protector over your relationships, okay? Because sometimes people are out to do damage because they don't like to see how happy you are, all right? So you have to be protective, just like when Isis had to protect the baby that she had from her jealous brother who wanted to kill the baby. You know, or the time when she had to put her husband back together because the brother chopped him up. So this is a time where you're going to be feeling very protective of what you have. I always tell women, if you have a good man that honors you, does right by you, takes care of you, protects and provides for you, cherish and cater to that good man. And I would tell the men that vice versa, but I don't really talk to men about those kind of things. I really don't talk to men a lot that much. You know, I let the men tell them. I like talking to the ladies. And so anyway, truths unveiled. You're going to have to come face to face with some harsh realities. For some of you, it's the reality that you're not even in a relationship. You say you are, but there's no visible sign. You aren't going on a date. The family haven't met you, even though we know sometimes the family meets you and it still don't mean anything. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say. You're putting much more energy into someone who's not putting a lot of energy into you. And the bottom line, with Venus in retrograde and you're feeling tearful and you're crying all the time and you're feeling pain, and the person that you're with is bringing you more, harm than good, this is the time to take stock of your life and be very brave and go through the process of letting go. Thank you for listening. I'll be back soon. I promise. I know I have more videos to do. My new job is, taking a lot of my time right now, but I don't want you all to think I've forgotten about you. So I'm going to, get my videos out. Stay tuned. Thank you for your patience. I have a big announcement coming up, so please continue to listen, support me. Thank you for all my supporters. I love y'all so much. Have a great day. And as always, Om Shrim Brezi.